Picture a superhero comic book, right? Bam, pow, boom, shining colors, elaborate costumes. Now, throw all of that out the window. Look, comic books are for nerds. In the movies, every costume's a little more gray. I'm responsible for some of cinema's most iconic superhero costumes. I took Superman's underwear off in Man of Steel to accentuate the bulge. I knocked Thor's dumb helmet off his dumb head and I never looked back. I told them that Lego Batman should be Lego. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'm qualified either, but I'll show you the tips and the tricks that I use to get ahead. My name is Dodi L, and I'm a superhero costume designer, and I'm gonna show you how to make it without ever really trying that hard. They say that those who forget their history are doomed to repeat it. So, when I get a new assignment, I like to go back and look at the old superhero movies of the past, and I ask myself a question that all those designers must have asked. Why not a leather jacket? Blade, Ghost Rider, Nick Fury, The Punisher, X-Men all did fine with a combination of black leather and black body armor. So, I say, if it ain't broke, why break it? Marvel asked me to take a stab at Hawkeye. So I looked at one of his old comic books, and what do I see? Purple, a superhero mask. This costume was for idiot babies. I put the Hurt Locker in some black leather, and the executives loved it. Try that out whenever you can. Sometimes you have to be adaptable and get creative. I put Jessica Jones in a leather jacket for Netflix, and then they told me that I can't put the other Defenders in leather jackets. So I took a long, hard look at Luke Cage and I thought, what about a hoodie? They fucking loved it. So I put Iron Fist in a hoodie too. The hoodie became the leather jacket of Marvel Netflix. I miss working on those. DC contacted me too. They didn't really like what I was doing until I added a bunch of sharp stuff to their Kryptonian costumes. They really like that. The trick is to make something pointy, but pointy in all the right places. Batman and Robin made Batman's nipples too pointy, it almost killed the genre. So when I took on Ben Affleck's suit in BVS, I made the ears and the shoulders pointy. DC liked this, so I made Cyborg really pointy in Justice League. They were in love with this design. By now, they were just throwing money at me. So when they asked me to redesign Steppenwolf for the Snyder Cut, I didn't hold back. That was my biggest payday with them. Another way to make your life way easier is to work on movies with mostly CGI costumes. Now, I hate actors. I've got a history with Willem Dafoe. There was a credit card thing, forget about it. So I always try to put them in the most humiliating costumes possible. Mark Ruffalo didn't hold the elevator. Dan Stevens called me Threads. And the whole entire cast of Cats skipped my karate recital. I got the blue belt. I could show it to you. Actors are arrogant creatures by nature, so it's important to keep them humble. Putting a famous actor in their place shows everyone that you're the boss. Plus, it feels really good. As you may have noticed, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I've learned what to do to make sure I'm never found out. If you don't have any ideas, don't be afraid to get creative. One time, I was asked to design a suit and bring in some textures. I was running a little late, so I stopped at the dollar store on the way there. I picked up a basketball, dyed it a different color, and that bumpy texture went on to define the costumes of the Marvel Universe. While on that Some people say they go to the movies for the stories or to appreciate visual art or some crap like that. It's a lie. I went to art school, everyone there was a pretentious loser. You know why people go to the movies? To see the hotties. When I heard that Chris Hemsworth was playing Thor, I nearly had a stroke. I submitted a costume idea that was just a naked guy in a cape. For whatever reason, it was rejected. I didn't understand how we're gonna show off his abs if they're all covered up in a costume. So I decided to build abs into all of my costumes. That way, everybody knows the abs are there, even when you can't see them. I do this for women's costumes too. In fact, I do this for every female character. I don't think, does this costume make sense for battle, or what does this costume say about a character? I think, how freaking sexy is this? I was fired from Wonder Woman, I don't know why, but they brought me back for Justice League and I fixed those Amazonian costumes right up. My mentor, character designer Richard Lambo, once told me that if you design 2 costumes, you make twice as much money. For example, I added blue outlines to Black Widow's costume, I added and then took away red on Captain America, and then in my smartest move ever, I put everybody in Endgame in identical white outfits. An executive once asked me, why do we need to change costumes? I told him, you could sell more toys. You could always sell more toys, but don't play with Dodie.